time, weather, and...
Hello and welcome to Driving with Todd. And I'm Todd. We're going to end this week's look at schools out this summer with a song that is done by a single group, but they did the song twice. That group is Jethro Tull, and the song is Teacher. Well, they recorded a song called The Teacher in 1969 and released it in January of 1970, as the B-side to the song Witche's Promise. I had never heard that version. I mean, I live in the USA, so I had never heard that version. But then they re-recorded the song and released it on their 1970 album, Benefit, and as the B-side to the single Witche's Promise, which was released 2 months after the UK version. It was released in March of 1970. It was a totally different version of the song. So, because I lived here in the US, I had the Benefit album. That's the only version I knew. They then released the album Living in the Past and put Teacher on that, but it was a remix of the version they recorded for the United States. So it was years before I heard the British version or the UK version of Teacher, and it floored me on how different it was. It was like, where'd this song come from? But both are just great. I mean, it's a good song. Jethro Tull's a great band. So I thought, let's take a look at Tull versus Tull doing the song Teacher. So here's the first version that was recorded in 1969 and released in the UK as the B-side of the Witche's Promise single.
Dawn was coming, found him ringing on my bed. He said, my name's the teacher, that is what I call myself. When I have a lesson that I must impart to you, it's an old expression, but I must insist it's true.
Stop it right here. Love that part of the song. I love it when they go between verses and the do 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 do. Just love that. Great riff in this song too, and a lot of guitar. And then when they get into the refrain, a lot of keyboard in there as well, which is really kind of cool. And then the song is sung like a typical Tull song. I mean, Ian Anderson has, again, a very unique voice, and he does a very good job of singing this song. And it's just kind of a song where, you know, you just get into the groove of it, because that rhythm, the riff of this thing is just kind of hypnotic. But so far, no Ian Anderson flute. It's all guitar and then some keyboard. So that's kind of unique about this song. Let's keep on going.
So I took a journey through my world into the sea. When me with the teacher who found fun instead of me. Hey man, what's the plan? What the
that in there where they're playing the guitar riff, and that's sort of like taking the place of a flute. So instead of a flute, they've got that kind of, you know, sound that Ian Anderson's making with his voice. That's I think filling in the gap where the flute should be. The other thing, like I said, that keyboard that comes in on the refrain is just great. I just love when that comes in because that just takes away from all the guitars and says, here's some more instrumentation. Just really kind of cool. Let's keep on going. That's a really cool version of the song. Now, like I said, that's the original version of The Teacher by Jethro Tull. What's cool, too, is the guitar playing by Martin Barre. It's so spasmodic. Even in the instrumental break, he starts the instrumental break with very spasmodic guitar solo. And then at the end here, where they're sort of jamming, again, just a wild guitar solo. Very, probably a lot of fuzz tone on that guitar. And then when they went into the instrumental break, and Martin is playing that guitar solo, then the keyboards come in and take over that instrumental break. This song is very heavy guitar and keyboard driven, which is kind of cool. Again, no flute though. There was no flute in this song or harmonica. Usually a Tull song is going to have either harmonica by Ian Anderson or flute. None of that existed. So I'm not sure if Ian Anderson played guitar on this track or not, because normally if he plays guitar, it's going to be an acoustic guitar and not electric. But great song. Like I said, the riff on this song is just so hypnotic. You listen to it and you just do 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 do. You get drawn right into the song, and you got to finish the song. Great song. Now this version is like 4 minutes and 45 seconds long. At least that's what it says on the label here. When we go into the version they recorded for the USA, it's like 3 minutes and 50 seconds. So they cut about a minute out of the song. So let's go to the US version, which they also shorten. Not only they shorten the song, they shorten the title. It is no longer The Teacher, it is simply Teacher. So here we go with the Jethro Tull recorded version for the United States album Benefit. Okay, so the USA version. What did we just hear on that break right after the refrain? Flute. We finally get some flute into this song. Also, the beginning is very heavy bass guitar driven, while the UK version was very heavy guitar, electric guitar driven. But that bass guitar at the beginning of this song is just dynamite. And it's sped up just a little bit. This version is a little bit faster than the UK version. Maybe that's where they lose the full minute. Not really sure. But yeah, just really cool. There's still some really nice keyboards in the refrain like the UK version. But as we go into that break between verses, we're starting to get some flute. Very cool. Let's keep on going. Thing in this version too, just I want to stop right there because that's where it happened, is the drumming is much more prevalent in this version than in the UK. I mean, it's really up front. There's a lot of good fills. The drumming is just kind of more in your face than what we had heard in the UK version, as is the bass guitar. So I think they took the rhythm section, sped it up a little bit, and brought it more up front in the mix. So that's kind of cool as well. Let's keep on going. Right there, right there. instrumental break too. Completely different than the UK version. We get into the instrumental break. We get a great flute piece in there, a great flute solo in there, and then Martin Barr comes in with his guitar, and this time it's a feedback and a pretty cool guitar solo, unlike the UK version, which seemed to be a little spasmodic, a little sporadic, you could say. This one was a little bit more controlled, but I love the feedback in there. Right after the flute comes in, the flute plays for a little bit, that guitar comes with feedback, and then takes it back out of the instrumental break. Very, very cool. And then they get into the riff part of it. The do 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 do. Just really cool, this version of the song. So I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to say it right now. This is the version I remember as a youngster, as a teenager, from 1970. Not that I don't like the UK version, but there's just something magical about the remake of the song for the United States. And I think it's just got a lot more Jethro Tull in it. Let's keep on going.
Then the teacher told me it had been a lot of fun. Thanked me for his tickets and all that I had done. Hey man, what's the plan? What was that you said? Suntan drinking, had lying there and then. I try to socialize, but I can't seem to find what I was looking for. Got something on my mind.
And then we go out of the song with that great riff. So when I listen to these two songs, when I hear the first one, it's almost like they were trying the song out. Like it was a demo version. They went into the studio and Ian Anderson said, I had this idea, a song called The Teacher, and let's see if we can do the song. And we're just going to, here's how I want the guitars to sound, this is how I want the bass. We want the keyboards to come in here, and so on and so forth. It's like he's directing the group to do the song. And when he sang it, he doesn't have as much excitement in his voice. So to me, it always sounded like it was the first take, it was the demo of the song, and then when they re-recorded it for the United States, and it wasn't like they were planning to re-record it for the United States, but it was like, this is the next take, let's say, and they finally got it together, and he said, now I'm going to put some flute into it, we're going to be more controlled on our instrumentation, especially our guitar solo, and we're not going to have this like the sporadic ending to the song where it's almost like a psychedelic ending to the song. We're going to just take the song out with the riff and then fade it out. So to me, it's like the UK version was done as a demo, and then once they had the song down, they did this version for the USA. That's just my take on it. I'm sure that's not how it happened, but that's the way it sounds, because it's the USA version, the version they recorded for the USA Benefit album, which has different tracks on it than the UK Benefit album. Sounds more complete, more Tull-like, especially with that flute in there. I like both versions. It's a great song. It's probably one of Tull's top 10 songs. I mean, it's just such a fantastic song. That riff, the lyrics, how he's singing it, this version with the flute, the guitar solo in the instrumental break of the US version. There's just so much cool stuff in this song. But that's the kind of the way I look at these two versions, even though both are really cool. And I can't remember when I heard the UK version, but I know it was later in the 70s. They had released it on something, and I'm not sure if it was a greatest hits package or what it was that they released it on. But when I heard it, it's like, what? That's not The Teacher. And I had to pull out my copy of Benefit, throw it on, and listen to it and go, wow, there's two different versions of this song, which I didn't realize. Now, it's probably pretty much common knowledge, especially with the internet and all. But back then, that was just like, I found another Tull track. How cool is that? So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed listening to the two versions of Teacher by Jethro Tull. I know I enjoy listening to them again. They're just it's such a fantastic song. So if you did like this, hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. If you have any comments about Jethro Tull, either the teacher version from the UK or the teacher version from the USA, or both of them, hey, put it in the comments below. That'd also be really appreciated. Now I'm going to take a link to both videos, put in my description below. So if you want to watch them again, just click on the links. They'll open up, they'll play for you, and I won't be stopping them. I'm also going to put a link to the channels that uploaded both versions of the song, these two videos, and you might want to check out those channels. They might have some really other cool videos as well. Now, have you subscribed to Driving with Todd? If you haven't, you got to do it, because we're doing all kinds of fun music. Like this week, the theme was School's Out, and we played songs about school all week, ending up with a comparison of the song The Teacher by Jethro Tull. So all you got to do is go below this video, hit that subscribe button, and you're in, and you'll make me very happy. If you go over here, ring the bell, you'll get updates to my latest videos. So I was thinking about this all week. What am I going to do on Friday? And then for some odd reason, the teacher came to mind. I'm going, hey, let's compare the two versions. Normally when I do a comparison, it's two groups and one song. Now it was one group and one song, but done totally different by that group in both versions. So this put a huge smile on my face. I'm hoping to put a huge smile on your face. And peace out, baby.